Welcome back, loyal viewers, to our next great deal. This is a soon to be single family house in Mount Auburn. It is a 2.5 story. The half story is just raw attic space through a scuttle brick structure. Um, it needs a good bit of work. Let me get at that out here right away. This is not some weekend project. A quick look around the neighborhood. This is on kind of the bleeding edge of the heavy high-end redevelopment here in Mount Auburn. You see some of those properties up there on the side street look all super nice, and some things down the street have had heavy rehabs done to them. Here's a view from one side. Let me see if I can zoom in. That's a slate roof that has obviously failed in some spots. I'm trying to do a steady cam thing here. I should really travel with a tripod. Um, Pardon me while I juggle this around. So the not all kinds of slate last forever. This one has had its day, and it is time to go ahead and replace that. That's not really the bad side though. So we'll walk down the street a little bit and take a look from this angle. Let me zoom in again here, pardon the shaky cam thing, and you can see kind of underneath that tree limb where there's a bit of a mess going on with that gutter. Here's an even better shot of it. So you see the brown tarp in front of you. There should be a window there, and you can see like a lot of the mortar's gone from the brick. There's going to be a lot of tuck pointing and some masonry work to do there. That part of the gutter is okay. I'm a little too close. There you go. Um, and I'll show you that on the inside as well. But if I pan over a little to the left here where the green tarp is, that box gutter is just hosed. So I'll also show you that on the inside. So that is where kind of all the major issues with this house are coming from. So a quick word in here. I'm in the entryway, just came through the front door. Um, Try to ignore the mess. And I know that's hard to do. I'm showing you the look around, and the house has been unoccupied for years. There is some places, like right there, of actual plaster damage that's going to have to be addressed. But a lot of this is there's peeling and chipping paint everywhere, and it's hard to see past all that stuff. And if I could, I would, get all that cleaned up and then video it, and you'd go, oh, this isn't that bad. So, real cool fireplace right there. It appears to be intact. It's not a working fireplace. But looking around the living room here, again, you see heavy patch paint, um, and a lot of floor refinishing is probably where I would go with this. But for a retail deal, I'm not going to argue carpet either. Intact pocket doors, if you are into that kind of thing, they are both there. Thank you, Lord. Into a gigantic dining room that, again, I know it looks awful because it's got debris and litter and flaking stuff everywhere. But a lot of the heavy damage in this house is actually very localized, and I'll kind of point that out again as we go through. So let's walk in here into what was the kitchen, because this was being used as a two-family. The kitchen's awful. It's way too small for the single-family house, and I'd do a flip that I will show you when we get into that. But here we have an actual literal hole in the floor that goes down into the crawl space. It doesn't appear that the joist is damaged like it's holding me, but that's where all the problem is coming from. That's that window that we were looking at, or where there was a window up on the second floor, and I'll point that out. So here's the bedroom, a first floor bedroom, and that doorway there is actually a full bath, and I'll show you a little bit of that. But what I would really consider doing is flipping the kitchen into this room. This is a larger room. I'd seriously consider opening up that wall between the dining room and what is our new kitchen. And in this bathroom that needs to be demoed anyway, I would actually flip it. I would do a mirror of it. So instead of walking into the kitchen from the now, or walking into the bathroom from the now kitchen, you're walking in from the hallway at the front entrance. And I'll show you exactly where I would do that a little bit later. But that'd be interesting. There's no reason you couldn't even use the same door and the same trim package, just move it over into the hallway. So I'm now walking back through the dining room, through the living room, back to the entryway, and we're going to go upstairs. So when I come back down, I'll show you that there's that sectional hallway that runs to the basement entrance, and that's where I would put the entrance to that bathroom and make it a common bath as well. So we come upstairs, and there is a little bedroom right here that is again, a hot peeling mess, but not really all that damaged. If you can look past that stuff, and then we'll go down the hall and take a look at this horrible and awful bathroom right here. And all this needs is, a wrecking crew to turn this into a real bathroom again. I just, again, wrote that one off completely and said it needs a whole new bath. It needs a kind of top to bottom bathroom there to make that acceptable. Into bedroom two, because we will still have a bedroom on the first floor. So into bedroom two here, there's some of the access to the plumbing that the thieves opened up, one presumes, because all the plumbing is gone in the house. There's a duplicate fireplace, that one even with the spring cover intact. So that's making my heart go pitter pat. Obviously, the flashing around the chimney has failed because that roof is a disaster anyway. So let me just sneak through this connecting door here into bedroom. Let's see, where are we? One on the first floor, one on the second floor. I'm sorry, three. Then now we're in four. Bedroom four here, and this is where we saw that gutter monster going on outside with the green tarp. Let me give you a better picture of the. See, the rest of the walls just aren't that bad. Obviously they're peeling and whatever, they need patching and painting just like everything else, but the hardcore damage is localized here. And let me pull up real close here, and that's the green tarp, and you can actually see daylight through it, and that's bad. Okay, kids? So that'll need some serious, take off the box gutters and redo that. So this is the theoretical upstairs kitchen, that I'm just going to turn into a walk-in closet, or a hobby room or what have you. Maybe yet another bathroom. And see, there should be a window there, and it's lying on the floor at my feet, and you can again see daylight, where all of that has just gone horribly awry. So that's where all of our issues are coming from, those kind of two hot spots right there, and they need to be addressed by someone competent. So this is not for your average, yeah, I can do paint and carpet and put in the new bathroom kind of rehabber. This is going to require some real skill, but the potential upside here is enormous. The the work that has to be done here is going to pay and pay and pay, because this is such a hot area. This is the hottest of what's been going on lately inside the city limits. It's all about Mount Auburn right now. So behind that basement door and that wall right there in front of us, that's where I would put the new entrance to the bathroom. But if we hang a left here, we'll go down into the basement. There's not a lot to see down here, but for the sake of, I mean, all I'm going to be doing is saying I'd replace this and this. But for the sake of completeness, we'll go ahead and do this anyway. We have a bunch of junk, an old coal room here, stone foundation that has been, someone's tried to paint a million years ago, and I would probably do that again just so it looks a little cleaner and neater. The plumbing is gone. What wasn't copper plumbing, uh, the thieves went ahead and demoed for us. Nice of them. There are the drain lines. That's a mix of cast iron and PVC. I would go ahead and replace the cast iron that is left because it is aged. Two old water heaters that I would just do away with. The laundry sink there. And you can see broken sections of PVC. Over here is the crawl space that I referenced before. It's actually of good size, like I could get in there and work. So that's actually a breath of fresh air in all this, that there's actually room in there to work. And obviously it needs glass block windows and that kind of thing. There are two low efficiency, non-high efficiency gas forced air furnaces that I would of course do away with and put in one central unit. And over here, the house is on circuit breakers, but again, it's a set of two. They're pretty old. I would combine that into a nice new box. So circuit breakers there and circuit breakers on the other side. So that's unit one and unit two respectively. But then this was interesting. This is kind of a good find. If we pan up a little bit and we go, oh, look at all that Romex. Look at all that Romex. Let me walk around here because there's Romex everywhere. So for whatever reason, when the metal thieves got in here, you can see those empty hangars where they took down plumbing, but they didn't notice all that wiring. And that's why you don't do drugs, kids, because it makes you stupid. So they left all that, and that's a blessing, right? I'm sure, like, you're going to have to do GFCIs and stuff like that, but at least it's not a full hardcore, has to be rewired from, floor from basement to attic. So that is our summary of this whole property. This is a buttload of work, and I have no illusions about that. But just understand that the upside on a fixed up, whatever it's going to wind up being, 4 bedroom, single family with at least 2 bathrooms in a real hot area, the upside is huge. So if you have the stones or the ability for this kind of work, this is something that I would seriously consider investing in. Our price is just $12,900. 12.9 to get into this deal. You're going to sink, I don't know, 80, 90, 100 grand in it, depending on your level of finish. But the upside is, near as I can tell, close to 100 grand as well. So if this is up your alley, I encourage you to get a hold of me and talk about it, or let's go take a look at it, or whatever. My name, of course, is Drew, and I prefer that you text me if you can. My telephone number is 513 207 9846. Thanks for watching. Bye.